Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Living Life Naturally podcast. We're so thrilled to have you here with us today. And today we're going to be talking about things that I know you're very interested in as you come to midlife and you're thinking about how you can make the changes that need to be made, because we all know that things start changing within our bodies when you hit that sweet spot, right? So today I have with me Angela Keim. I hope I'm pronouncing. So Angela is a renowned trainer, an online coach and professional health coach with an extraordinary journey to share that led her to become a personal trainer and health coach, specializing in helping women build muscle and achieve a healthy lifestyle. So from a young age, Angela had a keen interest in sports, and this resulted in low body fat. Would love to have that. An excellent muscle quality. However, as hormones kicked in and college life took over, she faced challenges. So after experiencing trial and error, developing an eating disorder and encountering major health issues, Angela made a decision to pursue a degree in nutrition, and combining her knowledge and unwavering determination to take her body to the next level, she dedicated herself to daily gym sessions, consistent effort. She transformed her physique and ventured into her first bodybuilding competition, instantly falling in love with the sport. And Angela believes that bodybuilding is akin to art, where one's body becomes the canvas. So her achievements span a wide range from success, bodybuilding competitions, to winning titles such as Miss Florida, Miss USA, and Miss Universe. She's also delved into celebrity training and authored a health and fitness book. And she has founded House of Shape, which offers women the guidance they need to their fitness goals. Angela has garnered recognition for her great accomplishments in her work and has been featured in prestigious publications such as All Star Magazine Germany, Flex Magazine, Magazine, Florida Sun Magazine, Global Trade Magazine, and Naples Daily News. So today, Angela works with CEOs, entrepreneurs, high-level executives, top-class athletes, and clients worldwide, empowering them to rapidly increase their energy levels, transform their bodies, enhance their mental clarity. So those are huge accomplishments, Angela, and we're so thrilled to have you. Am I right in assuming you're also in Florida?
Yes, I am in Florida, and thank you for having me.
So which part of Florida do you live in?
Bonita Springs.
Okay, and I'm in the Tampa Bay area.
Oh, not far at all.
Not far at all. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, Angela, tell us what really brought you along this journey. It sounds like you've had quite the journey yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for that question. And what brought me on this journey was a lot of pain and failures. And I always wanted to pursue a certain look, a certain image, pressure. It came from society, expectations, and I wanted to live up to all of that. And even what the media presented, how in general women should look like, and what is expected, pushed me, I would say, over the edge, because I was always in my head. It's funny how we have our own conversations in our head. Yes. But my conversations were very nice nor good, and I was always wondering, like, how is it that I don't look like that? How is it that I'm not able to stay on a diet? And I was failing and looked for a quick fix. I was trying whatever I could find, and I never had peace of mind and a happiness and a grounding a piece around food or a healthy lifestyle. I was always chasing the next thing, trying to look a certain way. So that's where I came from, not knowing what I was doing. And there is so much noise out there. And you hear one thing, you hear the other thing, you hear another expert, and you just go for that. And then it's the next shiny object, the new diet, the new trend. You just, well, that was what I was doing. I just jumped on it, not even thinking about it, not knowing what I was doing. And that's how I ended up with major issues and, destroying healthy muscle, destroying my metabolism. Hormones were all over the place. Like, you name it. I did it. I felt it, and I learned how to get out of it.
That's great. Yeah, it can be such a huge part of the way that we perceive ourselves to be. And I think especially for women who get into that menopausal midlife stage, like going through maybe the teen years all over again, because our body changes and we don't like what we see. And, you know, we put in the extra effort and it doesn't really work. But really, at this age, it's so essential that we're building our muscles and having good, strong muscles.
And, you know, Lynn, the interesting thing is, all things what you learn by experiencing it, doing it, or working with clients. When aging gets described, it's described as a linear process, but that's not what it is. And especially it goes and drops. It goes and drops. And that can be like the day where you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Now I gained all this weight. My metabolism is not how it was. I'm achy. I'm almost depressed, moody. I'm tired. What just happened? And that is just this one drop women go through. And it, like I said, it's not a linear process, and we have to understand this. And the more we are prepared for it, the easier it will be.
Yeah, that's why I love having conversations about it, because there are many facets to this journey through menopause and midlife, and healthy muscle is just one of those things. So tell me why, from your perspective, healthy muscle is so important for women as they hit this stage of life.
Yeah. Oh, I love this question. What happens in general is we look at it at the wrong side of the whole problem. We look at body fat and we look at the scale, and we are so focused on that. Well, first of all, it's the one thing we can measure. That's easy to measure. But what we are not looking at is muscle quality or healthy muscle tissue. Why is that the key? So follow me on this one. If you're not taking care of your muscle in your 20s and in your 30s, and you're entering the 40s or 50s, we lose muscle starting in our 30s, and that's 1% per year, roundabout. So we are losing muscle, quality muscle. So at one point, there is not enough healthy tissue. So you keep eating your carbs. So you eat carbs, they get digested, they end up in your bloodstream as glucose. That's the process what we all go through. That's how we digest. Now, we get a signal to the pancreas, we need to produce insulin, because insulin is to keep in the cells in the muscle to get the glucose out. Muscle is the biggest part of glucose disposal in our body. It's a glucose sponge. That's where the glucose goes. Well, if it's damaged, not trained, or declined, well, guess what? The insulin hits the cell, but it doesn't open it. It can't work. So the blood sugar stays high, goes back to the liver, spills over, and we create that visceral fat, that belly fat.
Yes.
Where did this come from? It's a metabolic, that's the beginning of insulin resistance, what a lot of women deal with. And it's a not very easy. You got to work on it, but you find a very quick and inexpensive solution by starting training the muscle and creating a healthy tissue what is able to get the glucose out of your bloodstream and get your metabolism going. So healthy muscle helps you to have an efficient and well-running metabolism. So that's one thing. The other thing too, when you have healthy muscle tissue, the muscle communicates, I would call it communicate, easy spoken, to almost every system in your body. We have a lot of systems. If one system fails, all the others struggle or fail as well. So it communicates with your endocrine system, pancreas, thyroid, and sex hormones. So there is a balance created by the muscle. When you work the muscle, when you train it, it communicates with your endocrine system as well. Another thing what the muscle does, when you train muscle and you create healthy tissue, I'm not talking about bulking up. Most women are scared of, oh my gosh, she's talking about a heavyweight bodybuilder. That's not what I'm talking about. I want women to be, and having healthy muscle tissue to bulk up takes a lot of effort, trust me. You're not going to bulk up. But when you have this, well, muscle is heavy, so your bones need to be strong. You build this robust bones, so you're preventing osteoporosis. Huge benefit for women. Women in the menopause, because of the hormonal changes, actually lose a third of their bone density in that time, which is huge, 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 huge. And this is something you can prevent. Same thing, cognitive function. It just improves by working the muscle. And by doing this, working the muscle, you change your body composition. Body fat will be lower and it helps your self-esteem. So there is a lot of stuff going together. And it's so important, especially in that time, because there are changes happening.
So I get asked this question a lot. And of course, working out is not my bailiwick as a health coach, so to speak. So how much and what kind of protein do we need?
Ooh, good question. Now, right now, the daily recommendations are way too low, what we have. The older we get, the more protein we need to eat in order to trigger muscle protein synthesis. It's very important. I'm not telling you to eat more calories, but the macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats are changing the intake of it. Meaning, I like women to have at least 30 grams of protein per meal. And then depending on their ideal body weight, where they are, like where they want to be, but it should be 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. Okay. So it could be 140 grams, could be 120 grams, could be 110 grams. But you want to have robust protein intakes. I get questions about, can I have like 5 meals and grace during the day with little protein here and there, because I have a hard time eating all this protein. And unfortunately, the answer is no, you can't, because by having those little meals of protein, you never trigger a muscle protein synthesis effect. So you want to have, and there's this protein are amino acids, right? So we have 20 amino acids, and there are essential ones, there are ones the body can make. So this is just more like chemistry, but there is certain acids which trigger the muscle protein synthesis. And we have to have, for example, of the amino acid leucine, 3 to 5 grams in a meal to get a muscle healthy. And so to make it simple and easy, the 30 grams per meal are ideal to make sure you trigger that. The interesting part too, and this is with nutrition labels, you know, we see the fat and then saturated fat, trans fats, it's all described on the food nutritional facts, carbs, what the fiber is, what the sugar is, all described, and then protein. But you don't know what quality protein it is, because plant-based protein, for example, is not a complete protein. So you have to intake more plant-based protein in order to get through that threshold with leucine. So combining different proteins in a meal is always ideal if you're plant-based, or adding branched-chain amino acids as a supplement in that meal just to cover your bases and make it easy and simple if you're open to do that, if you want to take a supplement. But I want to just bring the awareness that plant-based protein, you just have to make sure that you have the right amount in order to cover your bases.
Right. That's my problem because I'm a vegetarian, almost vegan, and it's very hard to get the good protein in that I need.
Yes. See, what I now like are protein shakes, plant-based protein shakes, and they really have it down. What they do is they combine different protein sources, most of the time pea protein, rice protein, hemp protein. So they combine different amino acid profiles and up basically the bioavailability of that plant-based protein. So a protein shake, a plant-based protein shake is actually a great solution. They're very clean, very easy to digest. And believe it or not, sometimes I buy unflavored protein, like plant-based protein, and I bake with it. So wonderful for making some whatever little muffins or a pancake or something. It comes out beautifully. So there is a lot of creativity with it as well, and you can play and have fun with it.
And do you have a particular make or brand of plant-based protein that you like?
Yeah, for example, I like Churani. Chobani is the food babe, and her plant-based protein powder, she even removes the peas. She makes it very gentle, very, very clean. And then I like Sun Warrior Protein because they have wonderful blends, which is very, very clean, all organic. And they have specific ones. So you can have a protein powder with greens in it, a protein powder with fiber in it. So you can make it the ideal plate in a shake, very convenient. Yeah. So there are good companies out there. I like First Form. That's more for the athletes. Yeah. So there are good companies.
So if you're doing a workout, this is the other question I get asked a lot. Are you, after a heavy workout, supposed to have a certain amount of protein? Or are you supposed to eat some protein before you work out? How does that work?
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. The studies are always done on men. Interestingly, it's a very few studies what are done on women. And I have to say, I quote Dr. Stacy Sims on that. Women are not small men. There is a difference. So, to be honest with you, if your daily protein intake it really doesn't matter so much about the timing when you eat that protein, but you want to have it spaced out and pretty much the same amount. Now, if you're dealing with hormonal imbalance, adrenal fatigue, or insulin resistance, you do not want to stress the system more. So I always recommend, and this is the one time where I say we got to focus on the timing. You want to have a very light protein shake before the workout. All those women want to work out on an empty stomach and think they burn more fat. It's not that. It won't make a difference, but work out. And we have already a lot going on. We put too much stress on our system, too much oxidative stress on our system. So we are not getting the results, what we want. We are not building muscle. So we should not be afraid of having a protein shake before our workout. And even if it's early in the morning, I'm not talking about eating a big steak before you work out. But like, again, if you want, you can do a whey isolate, even a very easy to digest protein. Or, like I said, a little shake or Greek yogurt or something light, but you want to have like just 20 grams or to get into that workout with protein. And that will reduce the stress in the workout and gets you the benefit of building the muscle. And that's how you fix the metabolism, the adrenal fatigue, all those things. So yeah, that's an important part.
So for women that are in midlife or menopause, what is the ideal workout for them and how do they implement that into their daily routine?
Mm-hmm. So again, women love to do their cardio, and I don't want to stop them doing that. But to be honest with you, if they lift heavy, and if you're beginning and you've never lifted, please start lighter weight and learn the exercise, the form. You have to create the neural pathways to actually activate the muscles you want to activate. But when you are like, you learned how to do the exercises, then really try to progress in the weight and increase the resistance. And it doesn't have to be a very long workout, but you want to have some intensity in it. Can be 20 minutes, can be 30 minutes, and at home you don't have to go to a gym at all, but you want to challenge your body. And I like either heavy lifting, and like I said, it's all relative, but I want you to challenge your muscle, or you do sprint interval training. And this sounds very scary as well. I'm not talking about going outside sprinting. What I'm talking about is, let's say you sit on a bike. You want to do 30 seconds as hard as you can, whatever that is, and then you recover from it. Because I want you to, again, put your body under a certain stress so your body gets stronger and more robust. The body always adapts. And if we are not producing the hormones, or if we are not having a healthy metabolism, we need an external stressor to get this going again. And this is the good stress. It's, again, not something where you go overboard and injure yourself or something. That's not what I'm talking about, but you want a challenge. It can be very short, 20, 30 minutes, but do it. And really wrap your mind around it that you want to do your best in that workout, because the benefits will last all day and even weeks, months, years. Yeah.
So in closing, is there like one really great tip you could share with our women to help them with this whole thing of their muscles?
Yeah, okay. One tip is being consistent. We always have good days and bad days. Just take it how it is and make the best out of it. And I would start today. I wouldn't wait. Start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just get going and experience it. And like I said, if you see yourself struggling, hitting a wall, always look for support. So important. We don't have to do everything on our own. There's so many ways. And like I said, a good community and a support system are major, because we need help once in a while.
Yes, for sure. So where is the best way for people to find you?
Yeah, on social media, it's Health Coach Angela, and my website is houseofshape.com.
And I believe that you are offering a 20% discount to our listeners for your Wellness Warrior course.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if somebody is interested in signing up for the course, the code and everything is in the show notes. Yeah.
Great. Appreciate all of your knowledge and for sharing with us, because it's just so different, I think, for us as we hit midlife and beyond to know how to take our bodies. And there's so much misinformation out there. So I appreciate you streamlining it for us.
Oh, and thank you for having me. You're wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks for being with us. You have been listening to the Living Life Naturally podcast, where we're on a mission to inform, inspire, and encourage women to live their best life confidently, joyfully, and freely from what's been holding them back. For show notes and free resources, visit holistic-healthandwellness.com. And I'd be delighted if you'd follow us on socials to connect further. If you enjoyed this show, why not share it with your friends? If you found good value, chances are they will too. And of course, a 5-star review on iTunes is always greatly appreciated, as much as I appreciate you listening. So until next time, live life naturally and joyfully.